Lord of the Rings Conquest is essentially the spiritual successor to the Star Wars Battlefront series. This is the team that worked on Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, and after that we really wanted to take that open battlefield experience and bring it into a fantasy setting. You get to engage in melee combat, you get to engage in ranged combat, you get to control all the heroes, all the villains from the film, and engage in all the epic battles from Lord of the Rings from the beginning to the end. Like Star Wars Battlefront, you begin every mission by picking your character. You have 4 different classes you can pick between. You've got the warrior, who's your melee specialist, the archer is your range specialist, the scout is your stealth specialist, and the mage, who's your magic specialist and your support class. And you just pick a class, hop into the game, and start accomplishing objectives any way you want using that classes. And like Battlefront, there's a low penalty for death in this game, so if you die, you just pick another soldier and run right back into battle. We wanted to keep you in the action all the time. We have both big open epic battlefields and more intimate dungeon crawls in the game. For the open battlefields, we've got the Black Gate and Pelennor Fields, where there's massive siege towers and trolls and Felbeasts swooping down and picking guys up, massive Oliphants charging through the battlefield. And then we have other levels like the Mines of Moria, where you're basically moving through these creepy mines, trying to, as the bad guys, gather up the components of the Balrog to resurrect the Balrog, and then get to play as that massive fiery demon. There's tons of vehicles in this game. You can mount catapults and battering rams and ballista anytime you want when they're on the battlefield. You can hop on a horse or a warg and ride around on cavalry units. You get to be the giant troll and the Ents, those tree folks in there, so you get to control them and play as them. You get to push the massive siege towers, you get to interact with all the different heroes, and you get to play as all the heroes too. So there's a ton of tools at your disposal on the battlefield that you can interact with. We have a ton of different multiplayer modes. The entire campaign is available in co-op and split-screen network play, as well as up to 16 players network play, a ton of instant action modes. We have Conquest, we have Deathmatch, we have Capture the Flag, and a bunch of other modes that we're not ready to talk about yet, but that are very Lord of the Rings specific cool modes. There's a ton of different network play and multiplayer modes to play in, and you can play 4-player split screen as well. I gotta be honest, my favorite part of the game right now is the Evil campaign. It's just kind of fun to tap into that dark side and to play as the bad guys and to defeat all the heroes of the Fellowship. The Evil campaign ends on the Shire, and you arrive at the Shire and the hobbits are trying to make their last defense, and you arrive with the orcs as Sauron and as the Balrog, and you're basically setting the Shire on fire, which is really cool. Lord of the Rings Conquest is available this fall on the Xbox 360, the PS3, the Nintendo DS, and the PC.